Hi, it's Robert Mantello here again with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists. So here we are, and this is, I think, our 5th video blog offering this month. And in this time, we've done videos on 1, why people pull even though they know it hurts them. 2, stories of hope and inspiration, real-life notes written to us by real clients about the kinds of profound and sometimes shockingly profound relief they're experiencing as a result of their work with us. 3, the value of choosing your relationships carefully and making sure your relationships really do support you, not only in your efforts to beat trichotillomania, but generally in life as well. And 4, how it's possible to eliminate the seemingly irresistible urges that make most people finally give in and pull their hair, even though they really do genuinely want to be free of this. Now, these videos have received a lot of viewership, not all at our YouTube channel just yet, because it's something we only just started only about a month ago or so. It's a work in progress, kind of gathering steam there. But gee, I think the last video we did was shared at our Facebook page well over 600 times. Something like 650 or 660 shares. And so during this time, a lot of questions have also come in about, if these claims we're making are true, just how is such a thing possible? How is it possible that just about everyone else out there says trichotillomania has to be really hard to manage or hard to get rid of, and even if you can't find the wherewithal to, quote, manage it, it can only be done by sublimating or redirecting that energy. Like, instead of pulling out your own hair, going and finding a doll and pulling out its hair instead. Or going out and pulling grass. Or maybe by keeping your hands constantly busy, by doing something all the time. Or maybe you've been told that the best you can hope for is to manage your urges to pull by holding yourself back, resisting it, white-knuckling it, what Clay and I call the willpower method. And then we come along and claim it's possible to relatively quickly and easily eliminate both the pulling and the urges that invariably drive people to pull even if they don't want to. Now, if you've watched our other videos, you know it's not just us making wild claims here. In at least 2 of our earlier videos, we actually read you excerpts from emails that have been sent in here by our clients. And there's a lot more of those, by the way, that we've posted both at our Facebook community page and on our testimonials page at our website. So it's not just us making wild claims. We are merely reporting to you what our clients are telling us. That's different. So now, of all the questions we've received since publishing this set of videos over about the past month, for sure the question we're asked most often is how? How are you able to get these kinds of results with your clients when we've tried everything else and nothing else has ever worked? Clients have told us they've gone to therapists who didn't even know what trichotillomania was. They had to teach them. So that's really what this video is about. What do we actually do here? What's our secret sauce? Why do we get results with our clients relatively quickly and easily when relief for the very same clients has been all but completely elusive for them in the past? Well, without a doubt, it has to do with our approach. You see, our approach is very simple. It's not complicated. In fact, generally speaking, think about it. Lots of times, isn't it the simplest, least complicated strategies that are the most elegant? And for that reason are the most streamlined in handling all kinds of human problems. Now, because our approach is simple doesn't mean it's simplistic. What it is it's laser beam focused. And that's why it tends to be so effective so quickly. Our clients don't have to do a bunch of stuff in order to get better. They don't need to get in their car and drive to their support group every week for 26 weeks. They don't need to practice certain behaviors or keep detailed journals over an extended period of time. And for what? Just so we can take a look at them later on and hope we can make heads or tails of all that? No. Instead, Glay and I asked our clients what they think they need. What's been missing for them? Gee, imagine that. Put simply, we asked our clients what stops them from stopping pulling just on their own. And invariably what they say is they can't help it. They can't control it. They've tried everything else under the sun to try to take control of this thing. Nothing else has ever worked. They always end up giving in to their urges once again, and they're back where they started. So that's where we start with our clients. Again, in our effort and desire and commitment to make it simple and straightforward for our clients, we show them exactly how to control their pulling behavior so that now, instead of feeling like a slave to a behavior that's totally out of their control, they now, a lot of them for the very first time in their lives, experience choice in the matter. That is to say, if they really don't want to pull anymore, they now know how not to pull. And by the way, easily. I mean, if they really don't want to. Again, believe me when I tell you, we're not talking about white-knuckling it here. We're not talking about teaching our clients merely to resist their urges more effectively. We're showing them how it's possible not only to not pull, but to do it virtually effortlessly. Now I know what you're thinking. Not pull anymore effortlessly? For all those who are skeptical, or who just don't think that's possible, I got to tell you, the fact is, for the vast majority of our clients, it's entirely possible. And again, it's not just us saying it. I'm going to read you a quote from a 34-year-old woman that we started working with recently who'd been pulling for 22 years before meeting us, and who had tried everything else in the past, only to come up empty with everything else she'd ever tried over all those long years. So here's what she said. "I'm doing really well. It has been 2 whole weeks of being pull-free. I'm amazed. When I looked into this program, I was very skeptical. I wondered if it was even possible to stop. I'm now living proof that this works. Thank you, thank you, thank you," and multiple exclamation points after that. So don't take our word for it, but you can for sure take our client's word for it, because in the end, that's all that really matters, isn't it? So, all right, so now the control issue's been handled. And we get to that in just our very first session together. From that point on, clients know where the control button is, and they know where to go get it anytime they want it. But we also understand that clients do what they do for a reason. Clients don't just pull for the heck of it. I know we've talked about this in earlier videos, but the fact is clients pull their hair in order to serve an important need of some kind. In fact, anything we ever do, we're always doing it to serve a need. Sometimes that need is something we're consciously aware of, and lots of times it's not. For most clients, the need intended to be served by pulling is to provide some sort of relief from stress, pressure, overwhelm, or some other highly energetic negative states like embarrassment, anger, frustration, or the like. In fact, the woman I just told you about, who had been pulling for 22 years before meeting us, she used to go into the bathroom and pull in order to help herself feel better when she was feeling frustrated with the lack of support she felt like she was getting from her husband. That's how she tried to help herself feel better. This kind of scenario is common. But people also pull for other reasons, and reasons that may have nothing to do with negative states or uncomfortable states. For example, some people pull when they finally have been able to find some time for themselves. The day's finally wound down, everyone's asleep or something like that, and now it's me time. And unfortunately, some people associate so much pleasure to pulling at times like that. It's almost like the smoker who, after the workday is done, they've had a nice meal and now they're going to top it all off by sitting down outside, relaxing and enjoying a nice cigarette. The point is, there's a reason for everything we ever do, and invariably that reason is to serve a need. In the case of trichotillomania and hair pulling, usually to seek relief from stress, pressure, or overwhelm, or to try to alleviate boredom, tedium, or monotony, or sometimes, just to try to squeeze a little more juice out of a relaxing moment. The only problem is, the way you've been going about trying to meet that need is, let's face it, it's harmful. It hurts at least as much as you think it may help. So that's why in just our second session together, and this is all going on during just our very first week, we identify what the positive purpose of the pulling has been for you as an individual, and we seek to meet that need in more resourceful ways. Certainly ways that won't hurt you. And gee, guess what? It might actually be more effective than pulling activity in meeting those needs. Now, this 1-2 punch is so powerful because A, we help you immediately realize simple, effortless control over your pulling activity, and B, we show you how to eliminate the urges that used to make you want to pull by meeting the need that led to the urges in more resourceful ways. No pulling and nothing left to fight against. Doesn't get better than that, does it? If you really had all of this, can you think of any reason on God's green earth why you'd ever have to pull again if you really didn't want to? Probably not, right? So there you have it in a nutshell. Just so you know, our programs are usually 12 weeks in length, not just a session or two. But that's not because clients need 12 weeks to finally pull it all together to gather the strength to not pull anymore. No, clients actually stop pulling, most of them, almost immediately upon getting started with us. Like the woman whose email I read you just a few minutes ago. But it's just nice to have me and Glace stay with you, holding your hand, supporting and guiding you over an extended period of time, usually 3 months, as you get used to dealing with life's inevitable ups and downs and, doing things differently now to deal with those ups and downs than maybe you did before. And that's it, simple, straightforward, and elegant. So if you have any questions about any of this, as always, feel free to leave a comment. If you're viewing this at our blog site or at our YouTube channel, if you link to this video by way of our Facebook page, please feel free to get the conversation started over there by posting a comment or a question. And you can always subscribe to our blog here or to our YouTube channel if you're watching it there. That's it for now. Thanks again for watching, and here's wishing you an amazing trick-free week.